Okay, so this video is for my Reddit buddy Not Sears, who had a question on adjusting brakes, and what we're going to do today is get these brakes set up so that we get, the most stopping power, optimum lever feel, and the best use of our pads. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and do that. What I've gone ahead and done is loosen up this cable so that it's just totally loose. There's a fixing bolt here, that will retain your cable. So I've loosened that up, and we have totally dead levers. And what you'll also want to go ahead and do is kind of rotate your barrel adjuster there, so it's about halfway through its range. You see that, how that there we go. The top of this barrel adjuster kind of pokes out from the actual main body of it. You want to have just a little bit poking out, not like, more than a quarter-inch sticking out of there, so that you have some adjustability both to tighten and loosen after we tighten up the brake cable. So once you want to tighten up the brake cable, this is a little tricky. Actually, one thing I should mention beforehand is that if your wheel is not true, meaning when you spin this wheel and if you start to see that your wheel is wobbling and the distance between this pad and the rim is changing a lot, it's going to be very hard to get your pads to be close to the wheel and to have good braking, because your pads will just be constantly hitting the wheel, and you're going to have to make them wider and wider and wider, and then you'll just have a crappy lever. So you should get your wheels trued if they're wobbly, and stay away from potholes, even though in New York City it's really hard to do that. So what I usually do, and I don't know if this is the park tool correct way to do it, but it's always worked for me, is I'll go ahead and close this with my hands and then pull. Since I don't have three hands, I can't actually show you this on the video, but I'll pull on this cable, kind of pull it down like that, and then tighten the bolt on the side. And what that does is you're going to get your pads like almost exactly where you need them to be. And make sure you do this with the quick release lever in the closed position, so that you're actually representing what the distance is going to be like when you're riding the bike. So close this, pull down on the cable till it's taut, but not like, you don't have to be stretching it or anything. Just make sure everything's contacting. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we can continue. Close, pull. Another thing, you don't actually need to, you pull taut on it, but you don't actually need to be pulling it while you're tightening up the bolt. You just want to make sure that the cable has come through the mechanism and is not stuck somewhere in the housing beforehand. See what I'm saying? So you pull on this, but you just pull it to make sure that the cable's like all the way down, and then you can let it go. Keep these brakes closed. Keep holding on to the brake while you're doing this, and tighten this bolt. So now I've done that, and you can see I have almost no clearance between my rim and my pad. It's kind of locked into this position. And then what I'll go ahead and do is rotate this barrel adjuster and what that will do is open up this tolerance slowly. So now I have a good amount of tolerance in there. And then I'll go ahead and start evaluating lever feel. So right now I'm pulling my lever back not very much at all, and it's making, that's my wife being goofy. It's making a little bit of difference, but it's, you want to get, I get about a quarter of the full range of the throw without any pad contact on the rim, and then it contacts the rim, and then I can pull all the way back, and I have a lot of range. So that's generally how I set my brakes up. The rear one I set up a little bit looser, so you kind of have to, you know, do that to your taste, but that's generally how you set up brakes. I think there was something else I wanted to mention, but I can't remember what it is right now. I don't know. If I get anything as I think of it, I'll post another video. But yeah, I hope that helps out, and let me know how it goes. All right, bye.